Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the spinning blancmange that is the planet Earth. Spinning blancmange? Spinning blancmange. What the hell? My name's Jade, this is How to App on iOS, and it's clearly Wednesday and clearly really early in the morning. Howdy do, howdy do, howdy do. Hope you are all going well and things are fine and dandy where you are on the planet. If you are watching this show over on Facebook, you know the deal by now. You can come over here and join us over at YouTube, or you can just stay over there in the comfort and safety of bland old boring Facebook and leave us a comment and we'll see it over here in YouTube on the chat. You can also catch this show daily, simulcast on the website at howtoapponios.com, which is cool as well. Or you can join us here on YouTube at youtube.com/Jade Starr. Wow, what a good start. Can't even get my mouth happening. There is a reason for that. I went to sleep and Doug from the sound test room was demoing some synths as usual, and every time I go and watch his tutorials I feel so relaxed, and I fell asleep and I woke up to another of Doug's tutorials, which has made me so relaxed with my first cup of coffee. It always relaxes me out. So let's say hello to folks in the chat. There's a few of you here. I have to scroll up because I always miss the first few. Stu Cash, hello. Gary Hobbs, Pete Johns, g'day. I'm going to ask you a question live on the chat here. Put you under the pump. Scott, Benedict Stewart, Paul. Who else? Now I can catch up here. There we are. Now back over to OBS. Where was I? Paul, Deep Gravity, Russ, Dr. Zorders, Tom Rochelle, Coldacre, hello. And Auntie G, how are you? Lovely. Good to see you as well. Scott, did I cover everybody? I think I have. Yes, I have. So I had an interview planned for this week, but due to some circumstances which are beyond life's control, this person is unable to make it. There's been just some stuff go down in their life. And I was scrambling to get somebody on, and you know what? I was talking to Pete yesterday, and I'll just ask now, Pete, are you okay to go ahead this week? We'll do another one of those if you're still here, Pete. Shall we do another rant this Friday? Our rants are quite popular, so if you're up for that, Pete, I'll ask you live on the show and put you under the pressure. Yes, folks, what do you think? Me and Pete shooting shit and talking it like it is on Friday. So there you go. The rant 3 is back on Friday. Thanks, Pete, for covering my ass as always. Okie doke, let's get down to... Oh, look, I just want to say also thank you to everybody who joined my new Patreon page yesterday. I was absolutely floored, absolutely overwhelmed by the amount of support that you guys have given me. I was saying to Pete, just over a little over a year and 3 months ago, I was actually homeless and in a really, really poor situation, and life didn't look like it was going to be very good for the foreseeable future. And yesterday, everything kind of hit home that things have come a long way, and just the support all you guys have given me since starting this channel, and seeing everybody jump over onto that Patreon, and it's just overwhelming. I had a massive, great day yesterday, very emotional and very very cool, hard to top. Just I had a very quiet day and was just beaming from ear to ear all day long. So if you don't know about it, that is my Patreon, which will kick off tomorrow with the first kind of video for everybody on Patreon, which will be my Mac Mini unboxing. That is, unless they bump up the order to today, which it could happen. So we're going to start off looking at the Mac Mini being opened and all that stuff. And yeah, so there's 4 tiers over there, and there's going to be a lot of content coming your way on the Patreon that won't be seen here. So there you go. Every cloud does have a silver lining, and you know, sometimes better than silver. So indeed, Paul. All right, let's jump over here and look at, because this thing is just constantly changing. So if you didn't know, if you weren't aware, I don't know what planet you're living on, but yes, Black Friday is almost upon us. And the App Store is full of apps that are cheap at the moment. Every time I refresh App Sliced, there is something new. There's a whole bunch of new things. It is absolutely amazing how many apps. Howdy do, Lady Rodeline. Good to see you too. Here we go. So let's have a look through some of these apps. There's so many apps. Look at them all. There is just amazing amount of apps. Now, heaps of these I don't have because there just isn't enough time in the day for these apps. But you will notice if you are looking at Aurea Pro, which is a very cool DAW, very different DAW than GarageBand, it is on sale. So if you've been considering it and can't justify the $50 for Aurea Pro, it's half price. That is a bargain and a half. In Australia, that cost me when I first bought it $80, so that's normal price. So Aurea Pro is on sale. If you don't want to jump straight in feet first and grab the full Aurea Pro, there is Aurea LE, which is $9.99, and I do think you can upgrade it from there. So what else have we got? So yes, we've got Eventide apps that are on sale. Mononoke, is that how you say it? I just got this app yesterday and I'll be looking at it next week. So that's going to be fun. That's on sale for $4.99. There's a bunch of the apps that are on sale that I'm going to be looking at next week. So the whole bunch of Eventide apps. If you know about Eventide, they make fantastic apps, fantastic effects and stuff like that. They have nearly all their apps are on sale at the moment. As you can see, they're normally worth $15. Velvet Machine, which I looked at in some episodes a few weeks ago. One of my favorite apps of the year. So I'm going to be doing more with that over the coming month. We'll talk about that in a moment. So yeah, all the Eventide apps are on sale, and these are really high quality apps. Some audio kit stuff in there as well. The Starr Amp Sim, a heap of Clev Grand apps. We covered that yesterday. So Grand Finale, all that kind of stuff. This link is always in the description of my videos. So if you want to jump over and have a look at this, you can see, just click the link to App Sliced in the description, and it will take you to all of the specific music apps that are on sale. So there you go. And then save it to your bookmark so you too can check it every day and know what is new. So I mentioned just then that I'm going to be using Velvet Machine soon. So some of the apps that we've gone over in the last few weeks, like if I just go here, so Velvet Machine, now I'm trying to find them all on the fly, which is Gorse, Rosetta, what else? So I haven't shown you Magellan, but we're going to look at that next week. Velvet Machine, a whole lot of the, what else? Apparillo. All of the apps that I've gone and had a look at over the last few weeks that have created soundscapes and such. What I am planning to do, and you guys are hopefully going to be involved in this, for my band Utensils, I've been putting together the basic structures for a new album/EP, possibly 6 tracks, creating a horror themed album based around something like Silent Hill kind of soundtrack, or Resident Evil, and I'm specifically making it just a soundtrack of a zombie horror film, right? And we're going to use these specific apps to try and create 6 tracks with just a baseline of these soundscape stuff. And I am going to get you guys involved and see if all of you would like to take some of these tracks and add something to them. Okay? And we'll pass these files back and forward, so anybody who's interested to kind of experiment and add some noise and stuff and add some terror to these bass tracks that I create, we'll send them off to you guys. You can we'll pass them back and forward to different people over like a few weeks, and we'll see what we can come up with, and you guys can all have a little part in creating these tracks for my new Utensils album, and we'll release it onto the App Store. So we'll have a community how to app on iOS Utensils album release. How's that sound? So that's something I've been planning for a little while. I think it's going to be really cool. And hopefully some of the apps that you may have picked up by doing this, hanging out on this show, will get you involved. And it won't just be like one person for each track. Like I may send a track to Tom, he may add something to it, send it back to me, and then I might send it to Lady Rhodaline, and Rhodaline will send it to me, and then I'll send the one who I sent to Pete, and Pete will send, and we'll just send them all back and forward over a few weeks. And then we'll reconvene like each week and have a look at how they're growing and what's working and what's not. And then at the end of the whole thing, we'll release the album like the Kraken, yeah? And if you've all got so hopefully you've all got DistroKid accounts, and we'll cut you in on each of the tracks that you played with a percentage using the feature to split royalties. So you'll all get a little piece of the silly little horror album that you did live on a YouTube tutorial channel. So yeah, definitely Tom Michelle. It's like a performance art experiment live on YouTube. I think it's going to be fun. So I hope you'll all be involved in it, because I want to give back to you guys as much as you give me, and I think it'll be really fun and a good way to step out of your comfort zone and try your hand at something different if you've never tried to create horror soundtracks before and noises and shit. So yeah, there you go. All right, what are we looking at today? We are back at the MEtheist clip. Now, before we jump into this MEtheist clip, exactly, Deep Gravity, you'll be rich after this. I'll say it. So if you guys don't know, excuse me, when I interview people on the show each Friday here in Australia, Thursday for the rest of you, you'll normally notice that you may hear the artist's music playing in the background during the interview at a very low volume. What I normally do for the person who I'm interviewing is, after the interview's over, I leave their album playing on Apple Music for 24 hours, or all their catalogue of music, and just leave it on loop. And then I normally message them the next day and go, hey, thanks for being on the show. Go and check your DistroKid stats. And most people will find out that they've had about 300 plays from Melbourne, Australia. And that's kind of what I do for people. And the joke is that it normally works out to being like 0.019 cents that I've just earned them. But yeah, thanks for reminding me of that, Deep Gravity. I'm making the artists I support even richer. Hey, SM Borthwick, good to see you, my friend. Is there anyone else who I've missed? Stu Cash, did I miss you in the start? My brain's fried already this morning. So, what are we going to do today? Oh, thank you, Deep Gravity. I know. 1.001 cent at a time, you know? Oh, Jesus, the music industry's screwed. But don't worry, we are the revolution, remember, folks? Viva la revolution. The home recordings people, that's us. So again, that's what I'm going to call the week for us all making this soundscape thing. I'm going to call the week Viva la Revolution Week or month or whatever it is. But anyway, I did say hello. Shit. There you go, Stu. Okay, so let's open up LumaFusion, because that's what we're doing today. We're going to look at the basic video takes that I did for for the video clip, the MEtheist clip, and you're all going to see for the first time the absolute crazy shit that we've done here. Now, I will start off by saying the last episode that we looked at the clips for this, I had said that the LumaFusion had been updated to 2.4, and guess what? At the end of the episode, I realized I hadn't updated the app. Today I have. So here we are. Now we'll definitely get to look at these green screen things today, because they really have improved the green screen capabilities. So here is our storyboard. Oh, Jesus! Heart attack. So these are our green screen storyboards. Hey Andy, how are you? Hope you're well. And we're going to add in some of these clips here. So these were the crappy storyboards. And I've already added in a little bit here. So here's some of the scenes. So as I said last time, this video clip doesn't have any of the characters in the band playing instruments. So we've got them doing things in this. So in this clip here, the bass player is holding a stick. And what we're going to have in the background is a 5G tower. And we're going to add a flame to this stick. And he's going to be burning down. Burning down the 5G towers. I really should turn down the sound on these clips because you can just hear the radio in the background. This is what it's like filming in my garage. And it's funny, I was listening to the radio on this night when we were filming all these scenes. And on the radio, they were playing my songs on local radio here in Australia. So yeah, these are some of the scenes we're going to use of me. With this stick in my hand, we're going to add an animated flame to the end of this stick. What the fuck am I doing? Excuse me. I'll go full screen. That's my friend laughing at this. So here's my machine gun. And you'll notice it's got sounds now. I just grab it. Here we go. No, I'm good. There we go. So we got some sounds happening on it. So all the scenes that we're going to go through today are all the characters with their guns and all these poses like this. So let's take off the green screen and show you what's going on here under the hood. There's a lot of stupid clips here of me dancing like Donald Trump. Every one of the characters has a Donald Trump dance. It's ridiculous. I haven't seen LumaFusion on sale, but I did hear a whisper yesterday that it was happening. By Friday, there will be a LumaFusion sale. So I heard a little birdie on the grapevine say that. Don't quote me, but I do believe it's going to happen. So let's jump in. We'll turn off this background here. Oh, do we need to do that? No. So here is the green screen. Let's turn off the effect. So this is what the original clips look like. So you can see I've cast a bit of a shadow there as well. But here's the beautiful thing, and I wanted to test this out with the new LumaFusion. Because if anybody who's used LumaFusion for using green screen, you'll know that if you did have shadow behind you, it really affected the old version of LumaFusion with green screen. But the chroma key now that they've added, if you have a look here, whoops, I still haven't gone full screen. Let's do this. So when I click down this menu here, there's like 3 extra slots here down the side. So you've got your hue range, saturation, brightness, erosion distance, edge blur radius, and spill suppression. So these are 3 new additional things which really clean everything up. So when I turn it back on, it's really neat. And what it does really well, I've noticed, is it captures the shadows really well. So the shadows no longer look like distortion or a problem in the actual photo. So I've got another clip over here. So here's all. So we've got some close-ups here. What we're going to do with this. So listen to the music. So this scene of Donald Trump, that's not going to be in the background here. I've just put it in there for something. And each character, what I did was, because I only bought 1 gun, but this gun that I got, it can come apart and look like 3 guns. So this is the Uzi, and then when you put all the pieces back together, you can make the gun so it look like 3 different. So I'm going to do these slow motion jumps like the Matrix, and I'm going to really slow it down so I'm jumping across the screen. So that's what I was trying to do here. Yeah. Fuck, man. My life is so stupid. Yeah, that'll look cool in slow motion. Just that bit there. Like, let's go back. This will look really cool in slow-mo. Let's see. Let's actually try slowing it down right now. So if I double click on the image and then go down here, and I can slow this whole clip down. So this is your speed of your clip. So if we drag this down here and hit play, we probably want to get to now I've lost the part. Typical. All right. So it's probably a bit too slow. Let's speed it up a little bit. I love this. So I've crossed over into another video by slowing that down. All right, let's get out of there. We can try that anyway, but you get what I'm saying. Let's just get out of here and we'll undo those slow-mos. There we go. Is that better? Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to try and slow-mo this, get these jumps happening. This is the other character. So we've got the guitarist here. I saw a question. Jade, what would your must-have app be over everything on the app set? Oh, I don't know. It depends. Are you looking at doors or like doors, sound effects, you know, that kind of stuff? It all depends on what you want. If you're looking for a new door over GarageBand or something, you've got Cubasis and you've got Oreo Pro. They're definitely two apps that are worth your money. I can't even think. There's so many apps that are on sale there at the moment. Let me think about it and we'll get back to you at the end of the show because we're going to give away 2 apps today. So that's cool. So here's the other character here. Yeah, Pete, they're really complex. A dickhead standing around in an overcoat with some gloves on and a mask and a toy gun. I am a complex person, Pete. So this guy is actually a sniper in the video clip. I do believe he's the sniper, so that's why I've got the laser sight on there. And that is going to look really cool once I sort out the green screen effect and really get rid of some of those artifacts. So I wanted to aim the laser sight at the camera and try and freak it out. So we've got these running shots as well. Where are they? Why are we not playing there? Looks like there we go. So yeah, and all of these are just one take. So remember this. So this one will look really cool too, backing up out of the screen there. And depends on, because I'm going to have all these backgrounds I'm going to choose, because I haven't chosen the backgrounds yet. I've been too busy. Hopefully be some animated backgrounds, some outdoor backgrounds. So this one will be on a hill, sniping and stuff. But as you can see here, let's just stop this. You can see up the top here, the green screen's kind of cutting into the picture here. So this is where you go down this first little button on the left, and this is where you can edit the size of everything. And what we want to do is, you'll see over here on the side, you've got size and position. So this controls your position. You can move it left and right. You can increase the size, shrink the size. But you see up here, you've got cropping. And you'll see these little knobs. One is for left, top, right, bottom. So I can now take this top and pull that down and just chop out where the green screen cuts out. So now if we go back to the green screen here, turn it off, you can see that we just have we've chopped out that green screen. Let's go back to this image here. Let's crop it again. Oops, I've actually cropped the wrong thing. Is that right? That would be right. Go back. There we go. So let's crop this. Crop. Top. There we go. So you can see when I pull this down, you can crop out as much as you want. So we just want to crop the top of that green screen because you can see it at the top there. And that's fine now. So now you can change the size of this, put it anywhere you like. So you've got some really good options there with cropping your green screen out. So when you're filming, you don't actually need to make sure the whole green screen is in the screen. You can have the edges showing because later on in post, you can chop out those edges left and right, bottom, top. You can cut that all out. So let's bring in some of the other clips that I've got here. So I've got this photo here at the background, but when I take it out, you'll notice it turns to a black background, so you can't really see the coat once there's a black background. But look, the green screen really works well. What we'll do is we'll bring in a couple more clips and show you how to use the green screen to really get rid of all that green. So let's jump over here to my import media. So we're just up the top here, import media, going to files. And now I have everything saved in here in my documents folder. Let's grab the GIMP for some fun. Then we'll grab the Donald Trump clip because there's quite a few Donald Trump clips we'll have a look at. So here's the GIMP. Now the GIMP was a challenge because I was wearing a straitjacket and trying to hold a gun. So I tried to do some... Now, I'll be honest, during all this filming, I was jumping around so much I actually hyperventilated. And at the end, I collapsed on the ground and my friend had to quickly undo... Look at that. Putting the gun in my own mouth. That's going to be a cool shot. I had to get my friend to quickly undo all the buckles on the back of my jacket and get that mask off because I was hyperventilating. It was horrible. Right, so let's have a look at how we apply the green screen to this. So, you go down the bottom here. So these are your full 4 toolbars, and it's the last one. So these are where all your effects are. And there's a little keyhole up the top here. This is the 2 options. You used to get a few more options in this, but now they've actually, used to be 6 options in the previous version, but they got rid of all the rest, and they've just left these 2 now. So chroma key and this Luma key, and I'll show you how both of them work. So once you choose that, automatically you can see it's got rid of the green. So what we want to do is, I think, we'll just jump out of there. Let's grab something else as a background to put behind it. Let's just put, I've got to find an image or something to throw in the background. What do we got? What do we got in here? Let's have a look in my photos, see if there's an image in there I can throw in. So you just got a sneak peek of some of the Donald Trump images that I've got in there. Cool. Let's just throw this image. So I'm going to use this image soon anyway for the Donald Trump stuff I'll show you. This is just a photo from Star Wars. Okay, now you can get a better picture of what's happened with the green screen. So as soon as you apply the effect, it's lost a lot of the character definition. You can see how it's missing. So here we go into chroma key. Now you've got a few different ways to actually do this. You've got this little color bar over here. You can choose to match the color of your screen. So to do this, you click on the little eyedropper and then drag it over to the actual green and let go, and you'll see over here that's matched the color of the actual green screen. So you can automatically see the definition, heaps of the definition has come back in the character. So if we hit play, heaps of definition. Look how easy that was. I didn't really even do anything. But you may notice there's still some issues there, like with the gun. Let's see, so this will show it. You can see there's parts of the handle here over the side that are kind of not as strong as the rest of the character there. And we want to just bring those up. So here's where, and it's all about experimentation, folks. There's no right or wrong way. You just play with the sliders. So I'm just going to bring down this hit range. And you should see, because you've got these arrows each side, right? The best way to do this is not to just grab the slider and just slide it, because you'll get massive changes really quickly. So you use these arrows just to go down by dot points, and you'll start to see, let's just see what happens. So see, when I move it fast, you can see the shadow coming back in there, but you can also see the part of the gun is filling up as well. All right. So we actually want the gun to fill up, but we don't want those shadows to pop in. So this is where your saturation range comes in. And you can control every little aspect of this. So we'll leave that there. What have we got with the brightness range? So look at that. See how that gun, the end of the gun has popped in? And we don't have much shadow there at all. There's just a little bit that's popped in. Now we've got these new bits here. So we've got this erosion distance, which we're going to leave. And you've got these blur effects too. And what the blur effects do now, they actually blur around the outside of the actual image, which is really cool if you just need to blur something a little bit. And spoil suppression, look at that. As soon as I pulled that back, you can see this part of the shadow in here is starting to disappear. But what we need to do, in my opinion, is hit these dot points. So you'll notice I'm just going to hold down this side, keep going. It could be time consuming doing it this way, but you want to get the best effect as possible. I think that's pretty cool just for now. So you can see here, you can see actually through my head. See how my head's... What the fuck am I doing? God, my life is weird. So you can see the head has completely gone invisible there. So it's all about just messing around. But what I'm going to do, what I've found works a lot better, is I'm not going to match the color of the actual background. I'm just going to go with this green here. Okay. Now you can see the background straight away. What I'm going to do is try something off the wall. Let's see if this works. That's much better. And it looks like I've got much more of the character in there. Let's go back to where this gun was in my mouth. Yeah, look at that. That's heaps better. Except if we've got this stuff here at the back, which we want to tidy up. There we go. And look at that. So now all we've got to, as you can see, is the glow around my body. All right. And that can be fixed with this edge blur radius. Right, see the glow there? And when I pull this down, that's really getting rid of the glow. So that new feature that they've added in, LumaFusion have popped in there, it's really great for getting rid of that glow around the outside. Look at that. That's pretty good for a quick jab at. There's me doing the Trump dance. What else am I doing here? So yeah, here's all my GIMP shots. These are all just going to be chopped up. I have no idea. I just shoot like, 10 minutes, or what is this one? 6 minutes, I think, of just GIMP stuff jumping around. So, and then go back and chop out all the little bits, put them all together. As you can see, there's a little bit of artifacts here popping up down the bottom. But this is all stuff that you can fine tune, and you've got to go through each section, you know, to get rid of these artifacts. So it can be time consuming, but at the end of the day, it's very much worth your time to go in and do all of this. Let's see if those artifacts are gone now. Yeah, look at that. So just with a quick swipe of this brightness range, all those artifacts are gone. Looks like the head's not transparent. So just like everything, like every day when we look at these apps, it's all just trial and error. There's no correct way to do green screening, because it's all going to depend on the lighting of each take and the color of your green screen. And you can see even further down here, those artifacts were just popping back in there. So what I'm going to do, how this will work, if we zoom in, all these video takes will end up getting chopped up. And so anything that had like a artifact like there, which is really just shadow sitting in there, that will be chopped up. And, you know, then I'll probably alter the green screen just on that particular scene. I'll just alter the effects there. All right, so let's jump in and have a look at these other takes I have here. These are in my Photos app, so these are pretty funny. So these are my friend Derek, who came over, and we shot a bunch of Donald Trump stuff. So we'll just drag one of these in here. Now, what we ended up doing was, you'll be aware if you've watched any of the previous episodes, I bought a Donald Trump mask. It wasn't the best looking mask. It was pretty cheap and nasty. So how we used that was like this. I'll show you. We'll bring in both clips. Files. Donald Trump. We'll bring in both of these. So the mask I used for the opening scene, which is a parody of the Emperor from Star Wars. Because we put a cloak over it, it works really well, and you're not seeing the crappiness of the mask to the full extent. Clearly my hands are way too big to be Donald Trump. It is what it is, you know. So this scene here, it's going to be... oops, I lost it. Where are we here? So this is me. I'm going to be sitting on this throne image that you saw in the background in that last... Let's grab this. Grab this throne image and put it underneath. So I'm going to be sitting on this throne. So let's get this happening. So as you can see, I'm doing this I'm sitting down on a stool in this scene and doing little Donald Trump dancing while I'm sitting on the stool. So yeah, my hands are way too big for this. A bit of a Nazi salute there, yeah, or whatever. Cool. So let's quickly add the green screen to this and see if we can get it to match sitting on that chair. So once again, we head over to green chroma screen. I'm going to set the color just to this green, and we'll start dialing this in. What do we got? There we go. So just quickly we'll add this blur radius to take out all that green background. So now we've got Donald Trump sitting. Click over to the left, and now we can resize this. All right. And get him sitting on that chair there. Now as you can see also, the colors aren't really matching. I've got way more contrast than the photo in the background, but that's okay, because we can just go into the photo now, and we can go into the effects, and we can add some contrast to the photo to match the contrast of my green screen image. So now when we hit play, there I am sitting on there. We can resize that and get me sitting in that chair a little bit better. So you can see how easy it is to, let's try and fit me in that chair a little bit better. In fact, what we'll do is we'll zoom in on the image and make the actual image bigger instead of trying to make the character bigger. Yeah. So then we don't have the need for my feet, for my legs that get cut off there. We can probably add a little bit more contrast, probably a high contrast. Yeah, that looks even more evil and dark, yeah? So there we go. There's the Emperor now as Donald Trump sitting in the chair, and this background will be animated, so the stars will be floating around the background. It's just so stupid. Oh man, small things amuse small minds, don't they? Yeah. So while we're on this scene, let's show you. Let's add in another character, because Darth Vader is going to be standing in the background here. So let's find the Darth Vader image. So go to my media. We'll import the Darth Vader footage I've created as well, which I think is, I'm hoping this one. And we'll drag this sucker in. Let's see what I'm doing in this. So I've got a whole bunch of footage sitting down, standing up, doing the Donald Trump dance. Right, so let's add the green screen to this image as well to get Darth setups, and then we'll place him next to the Emperor. So there we go. We'll use this section of footage here of me dancing behind him. Again, go to green screen, chroma key, click that button. Change this to green. So you'll get into a pattern of getting this down. And pull this all back. We'll take away those radius edges. And we should have a fairly quick version of Darth there. There we go. So let's just grab that scene there of Darth dancing, and we'll chop it. We'll just split that. We'll grab the track in front, and we'll move that over here, and we'll move Darth Vader over into this scene with the Emperor. So now he's in front of the Emperor, and we don't want that. We actually want him to be behind, so we can move the footage of the Emperor up in front, pull Darth down, pull the Emperor back down here, and now we have to resize Darth Vader. And you'll see, once again, I've left in part of the green screen there, so we have to crop, oops, we actually have to crop the top of this Darth Vader scene. So I'm going to go up here to cropping to top, pull that down a little bit. And now we can actually resize Darth to try and get him around the same size as the Emperor. Because we want him standing just slightly to the side, but we want him to be a similar size. So even if he's over here, standing to the side, there we go. So now there's two versions of me in one scene standing together. And we can make this scene a lot bigger too, remember. We could like zoom in all of this and fill up that screen a lot more. So for example, we can jump into this main picture to the background, and we can make that a lot larger. Bring that chair up. Now we can go into the Emperor. We can make him a little bit bigger as well to fit that chair. Right, there we go. Shrink him down because the chair's got to be a little bit larger than him. And then we can take Darth Vader and bring him up a lot more. Maybe something like that. And there we go. There they both are standing together. Sorry for laughing, folks. I just think this is going to be the stupidest video clip of all time. It's so ridiculous. All right, so let's have a look at the other Donald Trump stuff that we've done, because I told you, so we've got this mask here for these scenes. How's the radio playing in the background? 97.7 FM. Oh dear. things we do. All right, let's bring in... So, all right, here's the other footage we have here. So here's my friend Derek. And what we did, because of this Donald Trump mask fiasco, and here's the other thing that happened, just so you know. When my friend got here, he didn't tell me that he's allergic to latex. So when the day before, he let me know I can't wear the mask because I'm allergic to latex. So what I actually did was we used a facial recognition app called Face Swap. And it's a really good app, folks. It's amazing. You can actually import any photo you want. There's a little link in there to go to a Google search, and you can search any name, any person you want, and it'll find all the photos it can through Google, and you can add it to your library and just add anyone's face. So as you can see here, because I bought a Make America Great Again hat, we put the hat on him, put him in a suit, and just put Donald Trump's face over, and look at this. It looks fantastic. Yeah. it looks fantastic.
1, 2, 1, 2.
So I'm just directing him to do. So you can, and because I just shot about, so this one's about 3 minutes. And I shot about 20 of these, right? Because the face keeps disappearing. I kept losing the face. So I just have to keep shooting as much as I possibly can. And what's good about this, see, I've turned the camera around a couple of times too. So we can split that. Let's show you how we do that. So you can see here I've spun the camera. So let's split that where I've spun it around. There we go. So we'll do a quick split. And I don't think I spun it back around again. And then we can go into the image and spin it back around. I do believe. I've got to remember how to do that. Where are we? Spin. I think it's rotate. Is that right? There we go. So we'll just rotate that. There we go. So that's rotated now. And now we've got a wide shot in here. And when you add the green screen to it, it's going to look fantastic. So let's just use, for an example, I know it's not a high-res image or anything like that, but we've got this image of the crowd here and with Donald Trump in it. We'll make a copy of that. And we'll drag this underneath this footage here. In fact, let's just take this to the end. I need to shrink this down a bit. Shrink this down. Drag this underneath. So with the green screen, remember the bottom line of your video, it has to be the background image. So whatever's in the background, that's your bottom, and then you work up and build on top. So from bottom here all the way up, that's how you do it. Right, so let's add that under here. And let's add these green screen effects to this. Hey, Derek, welcome to the chat. So Derek's here, everybody. Hey, Paul, how are you? So Derek's here. This is Derek, who played Donald Trump. No, I'm going to embarrass you now, Derek. Good job. Look at that. Look how cool that looks with the crowd behind. Oh, my God. And here's the other thing. See how, like, it looks washed out, too? Let's just add green to there. And we'll do the same trick as what we did before. So see how it looks washed out to the rest of the crowd? The rest of the crowd's really bright. So here you would go into your effects up the top here, and you'd add some contrast to it. See, to try and get those flesh tones to be a little bit more matching everybody else. So let's close this chroma key section. So now we've added contrast here. Now I can go in and grab the vibrance and just change that flesh tone to just give it a bit more saturation as well, just to make it match. And I can even change the contrast up here, make him look a bit more orangey. And now, when we play this clip, we'll eventually find the pieces. I love how the face keeps disappearing. And behind here, we'll actually have live footage.
Just don't move your mouth.
I'm a great director. Just don't move your mouth, right? Or I'll come over there and punch you.
Side to side. But one at a time, and then that way.
So again, you can see in the background, look at that. So look around the side of the head, you can see the green screen. You can see there's an outline there of green screen. And we want to get rid of that. So let's jump back in again. Hit chroma key. Let's try and take out some of that radius. And there we go. Let's pull that out. So now you can see that's disappeared. There we go. That's a bit better. So here's the other thing, just to show you quickly. You'll notice I split up these two clips. So now I would have to go through the exact same thing to add the green screen to another clip. But if you just click on the clip, and you'll see down the bottom here, there's this little clipboard, right? You can click on that and hit copy, and it should, just make sure, yeah, what it does is it will copy all of the effects and everything that is on this clip. Then I can click on this clip here, hit the little clipboard, and you can see across here, these are all the effects that have been added to the previous video file. And then I can just hit paste, and bang, all the same effects have gone over to this clip. But you'll see what it's done is it's turned the image back around, because it's overwritten it. So now I have to go back and spin this image back to being like that. Okie doke. So now, so you can see there's still some issues with the look at that, that is so good. There's some issues with the green screen. So let's go in and fix up those artifacts while we're here. There we go. I'm just dragging that top one across. So now those artifacts have disappeared. And look at that. As a rough version, see short little clips like this. And remember too, you can edit out the top. So to make sure none of these little bits bleed in, I'll just give you an example of this. Let's go back over here, go to cropping, and I can just crop out the bottom just in case there's any bleed. I can crop out any sides here, so you can really fine tune that kind of stuff. Derek just said, I feel very violated right now. You were being violated. Oh dear.
Just try one more thing, and then we'll quit it.
So yeah, there's that. So that's how we did the Donald Trump faces. Now I'll show you one more clip we'll add in here before we call this quits, because we've gone way over time as usual. Let's pull in one more clip. So the death of Donald Trump. How did we kill him in the video clip? Well, I'm glad you didn't ask. I'm not sure. So I think it's this one. All right, let's just show this clip instead, because we'll save that for the actual finished video, because we will keep some surprises for you guys. Right, so this is just a scene of his body at the end and some machine guns being fired at him.
Only a very small, yeah, now you can't.
And how we did this, if I zoom in, that's the mask, and we found a condom in the garage, and we blew up the condom and stuck it in the mask. And put the cloak over the mask with a blown up condom in it. How fitting. So there, this is the end scene. This is when he gets struck down by Darth Vader. So I took a whole lot of scenes as well. If we scroll back to the Darth Vader scenes, you'll see in here they've got scenes of me swinging the lightsaber around. So these are used to actually kill him. So this scene here, I'm pointing at him saying, you know, you betrayed me, doing all this stuff. And then there's a whole lot of scenes just here of swinging the lights. Probably that one will get used. Let's just play that. Boom. And that will strike him down. And then what we did, I'll explain it. I don't want to show it because we want to have some visuals that you haven't seen yet. We actually took the mask with the blown up condom in it, put the cloak over it, held it up, and then when we said action, dropped the condom balloon with the head in it and the cloak to fall to the ground like Obi-Wan Kenobi does in Star Wars. So with this scene just here of Darth doing that swing, I think it'll look really good like the original Star Wars takedown, because that's what this clip is based off, that scene right there. He does a swing, and there's other images of Trump, so I've actually taken some other, let's just drag in one more, just to wrap up, just to give you a better idea. So there's these video shots here. There it is. So we'll drag this into the project as well. I really should have zoomed in on this shit. Right, so I took all these images of me dancing, and here he is begging Darth Vader not to take his life. And dancing at the same time. So this will be where Darth Vader swings a sword. Thanks for hanging out, Arnie G. Have a great night. So this will be the final scene, and look at that. Look how cool that looks. So I've taken, you know, there's a whole, what is it? God, I don't know. 2 minutes of this stuff of begging for his life at the end of the clip. So there's a whole lot of clips I haven't shown you as well. So there's clips of all the characters with machine guns. So that's the assault team. So there you go. This is the final scene. So I hope this has given you hope and really once again inspired you to rush out and buy a green screen. And it doesn't need to, let's just finish with this. It doesn't need to be a serious green screen that you see on eBay with the stands and you know, and the bags and all this professional kit that they're selling, which used to be $60, around $60 on eBay, but since COVID they've pumped it up to like $90 and stuff. It doesn't have to be like that. You can actually just go out and buy a double bed or a king or queen size green sheet from a haberdashery place. You know, and just hang that up somewhere. Just put a hook up. Andy and Stu have been doing that pretty much. I'm pretty sure what you guys have got is just a sheet. Yeah, it's not ordered off. It's not a specific green screen as such, like labeled on the box. You can use a blanket. You could, if you had a white sheet and some dye, you can dye that yourself. It doesn't really need to be fancy. And if you have a look at this image here, look at the creases in my green screen. All right. The creases don't matter. So if you've got something that's all creased up or it's not like folded properly or it's not flat enough, that doesn't matter, because in post, when you add the effects to it, as long as it's green, that's all it's looking for. It's not looking for the divots in it and such. It's just looking for the color to wipe the color out. And yeah, well, Paul, wait, because as I said at the beginning of the show, a little birdie told me that LumaFusion is going to go on sale. So if that's the case, it could be in a couple of days. So that would be the perfect time to grab it. Yes, and Stu has confirmed. Green sheets are the way to go. So there you go, folks. I hope you got something out of this. As you can see, they've really improved this. Oh, and let's see here. Just, there's always something else with me. If I double click on this, what you do have here, up the top, there's this little eye. And when you click that, it turns off the effect. But when I click here, is it for this? Can't remember which one it is. Oh, no, we'll go over that in one of the next episodes. Yes, Pete, I remember. I've got it on my list right here in front of me. So I'm not going to forget this time, but thanks for being there for me, Pete. All right, folks, let's do this now. We do have some giveaways, so let's jump over to random.org where we've got a different random number generator. Let's bring up all of the entries. What would I do without you, Pete? Oh, man, look at this shit. What happened? I didn't want that to happen. Huh? Oh, my God. Is this a new thing in... What's going on, man? What's going on here? I haven't experienced... Is this a new thing? I'm just trying to drag this up. That is so fucking weird. Why am I unable to drag my notes app up from the bottom? Now it's fucking with my home screen. It's adding all these folders. I haven't updated iOS. Why is it doing this? I just want to... Oh, I know what's happening. There we go. Sorry, I'm being stupid. There we go. I'll have to go back and fix that. Wow, I just had a brain meltdown. So we are giving away some copies here of Drum Surgeon. We had 22 entries, so thank you everybody for entering. We've got 2 copies to give away. So let's get up the random number generator here. So you can see I'm doing this nice and fairly. We'll zoom in on this box. And if you can see your name there, you are entered. So good luck, everybody. Let's generate 2 lucky winners. I should have plugged in my drum kit beforehand. And generate. So number 19, which is paying to get it. Paying to get it. Paying to get it. Won it. You know what? Paying to get it doesn't have to be paying to get it because you've won it for free. What a great name to win a free prize. That's cool. All right, so let's generate the second one. Good luck, everybody, once again. This is a great app. And it is number 22, which is Daniel... no, it's Stu Cash. Stu Cash. So Stu's in the room. How good's that, man? How good's that? Congratulations, Stu. I love it when somebody's actually here on the show and they win. Awesome, man. Hey, Metalhead Hippie, how are you? Hope you're going well too. So just send me a message on Messenger, Stu, and I'll send you the code. And paying to get it, I'll message you or my friend on the comment that you left on the video with my email address, and we'll get you to email me and I'll send you the code. What day is it? Wednesday today. Tomorrow, folks, we're going to have another giveaway. Okay, so we're going to give away a copy of AUM tomorrow. How's that sound? Good? Yeah? If anybody's watched the AUM episodes, we're going to give you a copy of that tomorrow. So I don't know what we're looking at tomorrow. I'm just going to pick an app at random because it's at random Thursday, and we'll see how that goes. So, yeah, boy. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out, and I hope you've got something from LumaFusion. The update is fantastic. Look out for it on the App Store, and yeah, it should be cheaper, so that's a good thing. If you haven't already, like the video, do that stuff. That makes me happy. And what else? Go to the website. Become a Patreon if you want. So the Patreon's new at patreon.com/Jade Starr. It's going to be heaps of cool things happening on the Patreon over the next few weeks. So get into it. I'll be doing my first video on the Patreon tomorrow, opening up my new Mac Mini. And Pete, as it says here, is doing an early access to today's video highlights of his new Mac Live. So this was the highlights of yesterday when Pete opened up his Mac Mini. So there you go. Good shit. So jump onto that link there and watch that, because it was really funny watching Pete stumble around like an old man going, what is this? What is this computer here? It doesn't... What is the Finder? What is the Finder? So there you go. All right, folks, have a great day, because there it is. I knew it was the end, because once I hear that metal music, it's a warning. There it is. It's time to go. Have a great day, everybody. Take care of yourselves and just do what makes you happy.